Israel's weapons defense system is running low. And yes, this means that they are losing the war, but it also means everything is going exactly according to plan. So you guys remember a few months back whenever Israel decided to assassinate a few Iranian officials in Syria? Iran retaliated with a significant barrage that required not only Israel's missile defense system, but missile defense systems from their allies to engage, and it significantly depleted their ability to defend themselves going forward. And this isn't like Call of Duty where you can just respawn a missile. And it turns out that Netanyahu decided to have the bright idea to attack the most powerful country in Southeast Asia before he re-upped his supply. And according to Israel and the United States, Israel only has about 10 or 12 days left to use these missiles in the Iron Dome to defend itself against Iranian strikes. And it's costing them about $287 million per wave. Now, many people will look at this and think, wow, Netanyahu might be the worst military strategist in the history of all prime ministers and presidents in the history of the world. But a wiser man would know better and understands that this was all part of the plan. Because prior to starting this war, you were smart enough to put Mossad agents in drones in Iran in advance, years, in months in advance. But you weren't smart enough to re-up your own missile defense system in your own country. You were smart enough to make flight plans to Greece to protect yourself before starting this war, but you weren't smart enough to re-up the missile defense system in your own country. And then after knowing that you didn't rearm the missile defense system in your own country, you then tell all Israeli civilians that they can't leave the country, even though your missile defense systems are wearing thin and they are basically sitting ducks, or as Zionists would like to refer to them, human shields. Now, less ability to defend themselves means that they have more casualties. The more casualties they have, the more justification they can present to the United States and its citizens for the U.S. entering the war on their behalf. And let's keep it real. Pretending that they're victims, even creating circumstances in which they become the victims, is how they've always gotten the U.S. to do their dirty work. So why would this war be any different? And of course, U.S. Zionists were in on the plan because an email leaked with all of the talking points U.S. officials want these neocons to use to justify going to war on behalf of Israel with Iran. And let's keep it real. It's not like the U.S. hasn't had plenty of time to rearm Israel. I mean, after October 7th, the U.S. was able to send troops and ammunitions immediately to Israel the moment they needed it. So any delays in the shipment of these missiles for the Iron Dome were clearly strategic. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, what we are witnessing is true. Iran is busting Israel's ass, but it's very likely that Netanyahu had planned on Iran initially busting their ass. Because if they were able to fend for themselves, there would be no way that they could gather enough support from the citizens of the U.S. to greenlight Trump going into this war without any potential political backlash. And Netanyahu is so determined to get the United States involved, he is using his entire country as a sacrificial lamb just to further his agenda. By purposely self-sabotaging the missile defense system he put in residential neighborhoods and near hospitals. Boy, it must really suck to be Israeli right now. Because I'm going to tell you like this. We ain't going. We can't help you. We ain't responding to emails. You knock on the door. I don't care if you a recruit. We ain't going. I'm sorry, y'all on your own, dog, man. But like, thoughts and prayers. Oh, nope. Just kidding. I don't got no more thoughts and prayers left. Use all those up defending the Palestinians that y'all have been genociding for the last 2 years. So